Hi Gemini, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do your January 2020 Tarot and Oracle forecast. This is for Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, and Gemini Rising signs. We're doing the Achieve the Impossible or Achieving the Impossible today. 5-card reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, January 2020. Achieving the Impossible, Gemini, January 2020. All right, folks, 5-card spread today. I will, as always, look at the bottom of the deck for general monthly energy for you. Let's get your cards out. Ooh, starting off beautifully here with the Ace of Wands. A little bit of quiet time with your 4 of Swords. Some rushing messages, miscommunication, possibly sudden or caustic information sharing here. We will look at that in just a moment. It's a very, very interesting card. I find the Page and the Knight of Swords extremely interesting because they matter so much what they're surrounded by. Really, all the cards do, but I find especially these guys, and for that matter, the 7 of Swords. I'm just throwing that out there. Here we have some really nice balanced energy with the 6 of Pentacles. And then really gorgeous, here is your second Knight. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Really nice as well. I'm going to look at my handy dandy little pocketbook for our multiple card meetings. We have 2 Knights. What is going on here? So friends from the past may make an appearance in the month of January for you, or have a lot to do with the process of the month of January for you. So friends from the past. Bottom of the deck energy, you're dealing with a Cancer individual. You could be Cancer, if you're cross-watching, you could be Gemini Sun, Cancer Moon. This could just be your energy as well. Regardless, we are dealing with Cancer energy. It could be any water sign, frankly, but the Queen of Cups really is ruled by Cancer. Of course, this is 4th house. This is mother, nurturing, foundations, original values, tradition. There, of course, Cancer rules the moon. So we're looking at a little bit of psychic energy, some moodiness, and also the shadows, what's going on behind the scenes here. So overall energy for the month for you, I do see a particularly, you know, for an air sign especially, it's going to be more likely an emotional month for you regarding everything that we're seeing here, just because this is under the auspices that all this is going to occur. So what is the project you're currently working on? Absolutely stunning energy. We don't really need to talk about this too much. The Aces is really a brand new beginning. So for the month, we're looking in terms of achieving the impossible, okay? The project you're currently working on is incredibly inspired. It could even be spiritual in nature, but ultimately we're dealing with taking action. This is an actionable card. If this were a person, the Ace of Wands is someone who would probably get 4 hours of sleep a night because they have so much to do. So there's a lot to do here. Could even be up your alley anyway, Gemini, just because you're such quicksilver energies, but you're very, very inspired. There's a lot of courageous, inspirational, entrepreneurial energy here as well. You are definitely very inspired and inspiring as well. In the second position, this is what sort of positive thinking should I focus on? So curiously enough, we do have a thoughts, ideas, and beliefs element here. We do have air or swords energy. The positive thinking you should focus on with the 4 of Swords is let something be. Just don't talk about it. Don't think about it. Take a rest, take a vacation, retreat. If this is something kind of on fire that you're currently working on, right? Like, let's say this we're dealing with a couple of people here, aren't we? 1, 2, 3 people, right? A queen and 2 knights. So you could be dealing with a couple of people. It could just feel something's really frantic and you don't know how to get away from it. It's suggesting here in terms of your positive thinking, just stay out of it. Don't get wrapped up in it. Don't get involved. 4 of Swords energy is literally retreat. It's relaxation. It's rest. There could even, because of this type of energy, it's very Russian. It's very rushing. It's very sudden. It's all encompassing. It's very powerful. You know, it's so funny because the positive thing you should focus on is please don't, right? It's like, I'll be back. So the Four of Swords is really talking in terms of the positive thinking is to stand back from something that feels like it could be all encompassing or all enveloping here. You could be possibly wrapped up in something here that isn't even of your making. If that's the case, you could be seeking relief from it at this time. Let's get into our third card here, just because this is ever more interesting now. So this is the invisible. This is what you're not seeing that you can use. So remember, this is your positive thinking, which is retreat. Get that H out, right? And then this is what are you not seeing that you can use? Technically, all by itself, the Knight of Swords is kind of like, dun da da da, I have the answer. Like, it's not necessarily a negative card, right? So what are you not seeing that you can use? A lot of positive reinforcement. You can be really positive. You can get all the facts. I would suss out information. I would learn what's really going on. I would not listen to gossip. I would not take secondhand information. I would look for a second professional opinion. I would do your own research. Okay, this is going to satisfy something that you're not seeing here, something that you're wrapped up in that could be tiring, exhausting, or feeling like you need to escape from. But on the other hand, if you're already in, if you're already in and you feel trapped somehow, what are you not seeing that you can use is this can quickly turn caustic. This can be malicious energy, right? This can be used to undermine somebody. This is so close to the page. This is so, I mean, once we're dealing with the sevens and the pages, and the seven isn't here, don't get me wrong, but we do have two swords energies here. There is some sort of conflict or combustion here that is fairly uncomfortable for you. It could even have to do with the workplace here, or a work or an income situation, right? So maybe, have some integrity, take the high road and say, I'm going to plead the fifth and I'm just going to stick to myself. I'm going to stick to what I think and what I know, and I'm not going to get involved, and I'm not going to backstab, I'm not going to backtalk, and I'm not going to gossip. She is looking away from a fiery situation as well, so this was probably in your best interest for you to just, you're allowed to refuse to get involved with something that doesn't serve you, okay, Gemini? This is intangible energy. So strange to me how we're dealing with, thoughts and intangibles. It's ironic how the intangible energies always seemingly come out as pentacles. Anyway, intangible energy that can inspire you, balance, fairness, right? Intangible energy that can inspire you. This is the fairness card. This is, in my estimation, the minor arcana version of the justice card. This is like, I'm telling you right now, something isn't fair when these three cards. Something is not fair. Something is out of whack. And you know it. You feel it, right? But you also know it. You want to leave that situation. You need a break. You want to get out of it somehow. It's too hot for you. You need balance. And it is intangible energy. And I think the Four of Swords is really going to help you out of a difficult situation right now. Just say, you know what? I'd rather not know. I'd rather not get involved. I'd rather not talk about it. This is just for the month, by the way, Gemini. This isn't the rest of your life. So you're allowed to say, give me a couple of weeks. Okay, I'll catch up with you. Let me think about it. Okay, you're allowed to do that. And what can you achieve that is beyond what you're even imagining? This is really long-term solid energy. It could feel a little bit boring. It could feel a little bit slow, or that something is taking too long. But in terms of what you can achieve that is beyond what you're currently imagining, look at the long view right now, okay? Just stay steady. Stay steady. Stay balanced. Okay. These are really critical cards to have, elementally, and certainly numerically, right? And in terms of a person here, and numerically, the 6 is balance. Really against these two kind of like, what's going on, energy cards with the swords, the, oh God, get me away from here, and the, what's really going on, whose side am I on type thing, right? Very, very interesting. I also want to mention, before moving on, I did say at the start, you could be dealing with 3 people, at least 3 different people. Cancer individual, this is more than likely your energy here. This is Gemini energy. And this is Virgo energy. We are dealing with the Knight of Pentacles. So we're dealing with cardinal and mutable energy here. Mutable energy with, what did I see here? Gemini and then Virgo. Mutable energy is very scattered. It's very, very scattered. You could feel like a leaf in the wind this month as well. You could feel like you really don't know what to do. Like I said, something's a little bit too hot to handle right now. Maybe tap out, maybe just say, like, this isn't my fight or something like that. But a lot of sensitivity. And you may not even be cognizant of it, and it may not even seem obvious, but there's a great deal of sensitivity here as well. I think you're sensitive to something that could be unjust, right? We're looking at an issue of balance. So attraction. So this is your Romance Angels deck. This has to do with romance, creativity, or just, you know, the language of the heart. So this is attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Yeah, being in the moment, I do think will help to avoid gossip. It'll help to avoid having to pick sides. Also, being present to a situation really allows for no future, no past, and it's the most potent any human being can be, is being in this moment fully, right? So definitely give your mind a break, though. This is a power. This is an I'm out of here card. Like, don't ask me. I'd rather just leave me alone. So blessed. This often shows up, it's said, when people get something they feel they don't deserve. I'm not seeing that here at all for you. I do feel that if you take right action and have integrity here, look at the big picture. Something is for the long haul, you know, try to keep your eye on the prize here. You know, you are more blessed than you may feel or that it seems at this time. This might not even be your battle and you're kind of wrapped up in someone else's battle. If you're the boss, or if this is something that's going on at work, or you're in charge of this, maybe the jig is up. Maybe it's just time to put something to rest, to call it a day. A brand new opportunity here, however, though, right? Remember, in January, we're dealing with another opportunity. It could be that all of this ruckus, this emotional tension and the get me out of here is going to produce a new opportunity, a new direction, an aha moment, spiritual enlightenment, right? Definitely I'm seeing Gemini, Virgo, and Cancer energy here for you. Very, very, you know, as people, right? For our knights and our queen here. Very interesting. Also, it could just simply be their energy. Remember, it doesn't have to be those people. 4th house, 3rd house, and of course, 6th house energies is what you could be dealing with as well. 4th house is mother, nurturing, compassion. 3rd house is flirty, education, information. Flirty, comma, education, comma. And then Virgo is work, plans, and I would say, you know, calculations, right? Like perfectionism. Here we have intention. Yeah. What's going on behind the scenes here? What's going on in your mind, Gemini? Here with intentions. What do you want to get away from? What do you want to move forward to? What do you feel trapped in or trapped about? What is your intention when it comes to all of this in the month of January for you? in terms of achieving, ooh, the impossible. Ooh, look at this gorgeous eagle. So this is spirit. I would really, it's so curious to see this, to be honest with you. I think these are supposed to lift you up, right? We're supposed to be lifted up by our own thoughts, beliefs, ideas, communications, and so forth. These are really kind of like, you know, not the heaviest cards, but they're kind of heavy, right? So, you know, help yourself out here. Be intentionally kind. Be aware of other people and how people are feeling, what you're saying and thinking, how you work, how you manage yourself, what you're excited about or what gets you going. And then, you know, spirit is playing a big part here. I think you're going to have to rise above something. You're going to intentionally rise above something that you're going to have to decide once and for all is just beneath you in order to, you know, have any peace and happiness. So that is January 2020 for you, Gemini. Happy friggin' New Year. I hope you had a great time. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.